Okay, so how to become a person people like and want to work with and build seven-figure partnerships with, even if you are an asshole. And you should watch this, especially if you've been a victim of abuse, divorce, broken home, poverty, had to support your family, etc. So this is for some of you, this is going to change your life. So I'm in Copenhagen now. I don't know if the book proves anything. And the whole vibe is working together and relationships like this guy. And so even though this video is kind of cringe, it does feel right to film it here. My background, things were not always stable when I was growing up, and especially in my 20s and most of my 30s. And I'm grateful for my childhood and my parents. This isn't like a confessional. I'm sure a lot of you guys went through much tougher times than I did, but I had to support my family from a relatively young age, or help support my family. Home life wasn't always the best. But the point I want to make here is not how hard my life was, but just that I was always starting fights. I was always making trouble. I was always a mess. I always got on people's nerves. They did an intervention with me in school, like in middle school, teaching me to be more polite, which didn't work. It was hard to me to make friends, and I was always really self-absorbed. And now I'm 42. I have friends all over the world. I have a ton of friends in Miami, and my friends are really successful. And my business partner just filmed a 6-hour marketing lecture at Yale that I helped write and my wife helped write, that I'll share with you guys, etc. Really happy marriage. I run a business with my wife. I help my brother with sales-related business tasks, which, I mean, me and my brother getting along is another miracle. And working with a spouse or with family is really tough, requires a lot of emotional control. I've had close friends for a really long time, and almost all of our money as a company just comes from our relationships, our partnerships, and a lot of these are tough business people. Where having a really good relationship and being easy to work with is really essential. And to be honest with you, I have no idea how the fuck I was capable of any of this. So I called my mom and I asked my wife, I was like, what happened that I became someone who people actually like? And now no one's more surprised than me. And I'm like, okay, here's what they told me. So the number one thing is I stopped having a chip on my shoulder and feeling like the world owes me something because I dropped out of school to help support my family and work till exhaustion, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like this happened because of two things. One was I remember I was in the Amazon warehouse, and I would see like these single moms that were pregnant, and the supervisor was like yelling at them because they were off shift or they weren't working fast enough. And the supervisor himself was exhausted. He didn't even want to yell at them, but the little algorithm tells you have to discipline the employees. And I was like, man, I should really just stop bitching. Like when we lost the first business and I had to like take 3 buses and pass all the fentanyl heads to get to the Amazon warehouse, like that really killed the chip on my shoulder. I was like, it could be so much worse. And the other thing that they told me, my wife and my mom were like, you're better at being selfish. You really learned how to be selfish in a way that doesn't bother people. So and I learned this from my brother. When my brother is selfish, he just disappears. Like he just gets completely absorbed in what he's doing. People are used to it. That's how I am now. Like if I have to film, I just film. If I'm with family, if I have to work, I just work. And I never, if I have to work out, I just find a place to hang the gymnastics rings. I disappear, work out for 2 hours, come back. Where did you go? Oh, I had a thing. I just don't, it's not even, I'm completely when I always get mine, but I don't do it in a mean way. I'm not like, I have to do this. I found ways to do it where it doesn't bother anybody. And I also like, because you know how to focus, this is what they said, because you know how to focus your attention completely on yourself, you can also focus it completely on other people. It's actually the same skill. So when you can be completely self-absorbed, you can also be completely into other people. When you're really worried about how other people think of you, it's really, really, really hard because you're always splitting yourself in half. And they say even when you have a completely self-centered goal like money, fitness, relationships, whatever, you also know that it can only happen with a process, mentors, a community, shared values. So you tend to orient yourself around solving problems for other people you want to connect with. This actually helps you express yourself better because it's easier to create, like, especially with content. If I was trying to create good content, I would never be able to film anything. But if I try to create content for someone else, someone like me, maybe 5, 10 years ago, then I can do it. And the other thing they told me is you're just more successful. So it's harder to be for you to be stressed out because you clearly won. Oh, the other thing that I heard a lot is you make a lot of stupid jokes. This is also like weird because I feel like the like as you make more money, it becomes sillier. Like when you're like saving your first $10,000, everything is like really serious, and then when like a campaign does really well and you make like a lot of it, it just doesn't feel like anything. It becomes almost a joke, not like it's funny, but like it just feels like air. Like Alex Feinberg told me this, like when you hit a home run, it doesn't feel like anything. I was like, yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.